Hey YouTube, what's going on? Dreher 55597 here today, and I am here to tell you guys about the regional experience that I had today at the Tallahassee Regional. First, for those of you who just want to see the deck list, I'm going to speed through that real quick, and then I'm going to tell you guys why you should not run this deck and make the same mistake that I did. Unfortunately, my results were 4-4. Absolutely horrible, especially for what I expect the deck to do and what I expect for it to be able to do. I was extremely disappointed in my showing. But anyways, enough about the side story. Here is the deck. I got my third Grandsoil, so 3 Grandsoils, 1 Overdrive Teleporter, 3 Serene Psychic Witch, 2 Psychic Commander, 2 Hush Psychic Cleric, 2 Silent Psychic Wizard, 1 Destructotron, 1 Esper Girl, 1 Psychic Jumper, 3 Swift Scarecrow, 2 Maxi, 2 Thunder King Rayo, and 1 Gores. As you guys can see, this is a lot different than that last deck that I showed you. I'll go in a couple combos later. 3 Emergency Teleport, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, Monster Born, Control, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and 1 Miracle Synchro Fusion as opposed to the 2. To make room for some of the monsters. Then, for the first time in a long time, the Solemn Brigade. I'm actually running Solemn Judgment, double Torrential Tribute, double Mirror Force, Psychic Overload, and Psychic Tuning. And for the extra, there's my token in honor of Mind Master. Ultimate Axon Kicker, Alley of Justice Catastor, Naturia Beast, Magic Android, Psychic Nightmare, Naturia Barkion, Black Rose Dragon, Psychic Light Transfer, Stardust Dragon, Thought Ruler Archfiend, Scrap Dragon, Hyper Psychic Blaster, Overmind Archfiend, Chronomaly Crystal Chrononaut, and Soul of Silver Mountain. For my extra deck, I put in 2 Gozen Match, 2 Needle Sealing, 2 Fake Veilers that were mainboarded, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, 2 Psychokinesis, 1 Sealing Ceremony of Mokutan, 2 System Down, and 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror. This event I was not nearly as prepared as I needed to be. My first round loss was to Rockstun. She beat me first duel. Second duel, I just straight beat the deck. Just straight got, my monsters out faster. Third duel, I misplayed. Rookie mistake. And afterwards, I beat myself up. I Psychic Jumpered her Beast King Barbaros. It wasn't straight Rockstun. But I had her Beast King Barbaros at 3,000. And then I Monster Born her Sandman. Synchroed into Barkion. So I had Barkion and Beast King Barbaros. And she had my Silent Psychic Wizard on the field. She had 2 face down cards in her back row. And instead of attacking with Barbaros first, I attacked with Barkion. She activated Forbidden Lance, destroying my Barkion. And then at this point, I could have probably stopped then too. But I decided to attack with the Beast King Barbaros into Mirror Force. And, that's about all she wrote. After the match was over, she let me see her hand, and she had Torrential Tribute, Deep Prison, Bottomless. That's it. So if I would have attacked with Barbaros first, and then attacked with Barkion, she wouldn't have had anything. She didn't have any monsters that she was drawing in the next 2 turns, and she had all traps, which Barkion would have negated. So the first loss, completely my fault. I had that game. I should have won it. Second game, I lost. Lost to Heroes. And if you guys paid attention to my deck list is absolutely 100% geared toward the wind-up match. So, Not sure if you guys know or not, but Maxx C does absolutely nothing to heroes. If you don't know, now you know. So every hero match that I played did nothing. Then this guy, he actually, I opened up triple emergency teleport my first duel, and I was like, oh my god, this is broken. And I had, I don't think it was Serene Psychic Witch. I think I might have had Silent Psychic Wizard. So, you know, I'm sitting here thinking I'm in a good spot. He opened up triple Maxx C. So every time I activated it, he chained Maxx C. He drew 2 cards because I'm not just going to let my Psychic go out of play. Maybe I probably should have. But I would emergency teleport, he'd draw a card out, the Psychic being summoned. Then I would synchro with that Psychic and he'd draw out the synchro. Just because I didn't want it to get banished. So he just got too much card advantage for me. Then the next game, I actually was winning, and he top decked a Monster Born for Gores. I didn't know hero players played Gores, so yeah, I wasn't expecting him to drop it. Then when I did destroy it, he Monster Born for game. Then this my round 3. At this point, I'm 0-2. Round 3 goes 1-2 for me. I actually play another hero player. I play 4 hero players in total, so it's going to get a little redundant after a while. But once again, this guy drops Gores on me, and I'm not, not ready for that. Then I'm struggling through the end. I have 100 life points left, and a Miracle Synchro Fusion puts me over the top. And third game, Chronomaly Crystal Chrononaut saved the game for me. I exceeded into her attack. He dropped the Gores again, and then he had to attack into this twice, and then I just Mirror Force the next time when he was actually going to destroy it, and then swung for game. Round 4, I played Lavels, and I 2-0'd the Laval deck. Destructotron was absolutely phenomenal. So when they went Fire Dog into, hit my Serene Psychic Witch, I went and got Destructotron. They would synchro into Thought Ruler or Scrap Dragon for the 2 times that we played and set a bunch of back row. And then I destroyed them all with Destructotron, got rid of their level 8, and then put Beast on the field to seal the deal. Round 5, I played a Dino Heroes deck. I couldn't get any good cards on the field, and first turn, he summoned Guaiba attack, special summon Guaiba, exceeded into Doka. So then from there on out, my Swift Scarecrows were dead, everything was dead, and then after that, he Miracle Synchro Fusion in a Nova Master and destroyed and drew every time. So I tried to come back, but Super Poly was just too strong. So at this point, I'm 2-3. I play Sea Lancer Frogs next, and I really don't feel like this was that great of a duel. The whole swap prog play is just over and over special summoning. So I chain Maxx C, and instead of just like sitting there with a swap frog on the field, which is the smart play, because you can do all your combos later or bouncing it back to your hand and then doing it next turn. He keeps going. So he let me draw literally 13 times. He special summoned 13 times just to end with a gotcha on the field. So needless to say, next turn I dropped triple Grandsoil on him. And I'm like, well, since you gave it to me, I'll go ahead and take it. So Sea Lancers, I beat him 2-0. Not very much of a big duel there, but that was just, his error. Round 7, I played Dark Worlds. The first game I just won because my Psychics got on board and field control faster than he was able to get to Grapha. Second match, he mind crushed me. He dragged down. I drew all 3 Swift Scarecrows. Then he mind crushed Swift Scarecrow. So all 3 of my cards in the grave. I tried to come back. I got 2 more Earths. Went for my Grandsoil play and got Veilered. No, not Veilered. What happened? I don't know. It was stopped somehow. So, needless to say, that didn't work. Then the third game, I won because of my side deck. I had Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors in there. I had the Effect Veilers in for the no, I didn't even have Effect Veiler. I had Sealing Ceremony of Mokatun, and I would just tribute to Earth and banish his Grapha and his Snow, and then he didn't have anything in there. Psychokinesis to destroy his field spell, and then that was all she wrote. At this point, I'm 4-3, and wouldn't you know, my last game, I play another hero player. And I just could not draw anything. Serene Psychic Witch was nowhere to be seen. Silent Psychic Wizard was nowhere to be seen. Thunder King Ryo does nothing to them. If they draw a monster. If they don't, then you're good, but if they do, then you're not. And I was not good because he did draw a monster. And then he attacked, and then he mass changed and destroyed my mirror force and everything. And then he attacked again. So yeah. But guys, this deck with the addition of these cards was geared for the wind-up match. And if you guys are still here, this is actually probably going to be a pretty long video, at least what you're used to. If you're still here, you've noticed that I did not say that I played a wind-up player at all, because I didn't. And that put these two at a severe disadvantage. And these two, I mean, they're good against a lot of decks, but for the deck that they were geared for, these 4 cards were essentially dead. Let's see. That's really, a lot of it. I did not like the play that I received from these 2 cards. This card I put in here because I have a habit of drawing both clerics on my first turn. So if you destroy my first cleric, I would normal summon the second one, then do this and have a level 6 synchro on the field. And this doesn't stay on the field anymore because it turns the first cleric into a tuner. And then when that cleric leaves the field or is destroyed, then this is also destroyed. So that also made my Gores play live. I also found that triple Grandsoil was a little cloggy, but Grandsoil is the Earth Dark Arm Dragon, so you have to run the max of it. So I can't really say too much about that. One card that I did, actually 2 cards that were absolutely phenomenal. Destructotron single-handedly won me a game against Dark World. Single-handedly won me the only game that I won against Heroes. Won me a couple of games just because by the time it hit the field, everyone was like, oh, yeah, you can get that because it's not the psychics that we know. It's not the popular one. And then when they realized what it did, it was too late because it was already destroying Solemn Warnings and everything. And then that made my other plays free. And then the other MVP of the deck, 3 Swift Scarecrow. This card is amazing because not only does it fuel Grandsoil being an Earth, not only do you not have to worry about any type of disruption because it just has to be discarded when they declare an attack, a direct attack. So it doesn't necessarily have to go to the grave, so I can discard it under Macrocosmos or Dimensional Fissure and still get its effect. But it makes Serene Psychic Witch the gamble a lot safer. Like sometimes, and this is probably just stupidity or me rushing, trying to be aggressive, I would torrential whenever my opponent summoned something, or if I had Serene Psychic Witch on the field. And, she would go get Destructotron or whatever it might be that I might be looking for at that point. But then I would be wide open to an attack. Swift Scarecrow took care of that. Double Mirror Force, absolutely phenomenal, took care of that. I know I just said it in an example, but I did not see Torrential Tribute but twice today. and needless to say, I probably didn't use it right, but I only saw it twice, so it didn't really help out too much. Solemn Judgment I saw literally all day, probably because it's Ghost Gold Rare. But I did see it quite a bit. It helped and it hurt, especially one game. It actually lost me the game, but to be fair, it won me 2 games when I was attacking 4 games. So mixed feelings there. This deck, I don't know if you guys like the way that it looks. I don't know if you guys think that it looks like it is a consistent build or not. But I'm telling you from my personal experience, I would not suggest running this. 3 Swift Scarecrow, definitely. I might even go 2 Destructotrons. This part of the deck, I'm definitely going to keep the same. But taking Overdrive out, and these 6 cards are definitely going into either the side deck or the book. They didn't do anything for me that I needed them to do, and it was just terrible drawing them, especially against decks that side Thunder King, because then obviously they're not hurt into it. So if you're staring at a card that you side and you're like, oh, well, that's cool, yeah, you can summon Thunder King, please summon Thunder King, actually. So that is my very poor journal of Tallahassee Regional. Yeah, I wish that I could go back and make a couple different plays differently. Prepare for more than just one deck or more than 2 decks. In terms of my main deck and my side deck, really. But I did get a couple of nice new cards. I got a bunch of scrap cards, and I plan on making a scrap psychic deck. So there will be something new coming out, along with a updated, better version of this deck. So you guys stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys have a little bit more success with this deck than I have. So, alright, you guys have a good night.